Hey, Liam. Do you have a second to talk real quick?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. My lunch break just started, so I should have a while that I can talk. What's up, Ashley?
Well, it's just about your mom, actually. She came over to the house again today.
Did she really? Man, my mom must have really taken a liking to you, huh, Ash?
I'm not sure if that's what I'd call it, per se.
Oh, really? You think so? But I feel like she comes over several times a week, doesn't she? Actually, I'm really happy that you and my mom have gotten along so well.
Right, well, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. The thing is that your mom and I really aren't on all that friendly of terms with each other.
Wait, really? You don't think that my mom likes you? What makes you say that?
Well, she comes over to the house early in the morning and your mom just has a lot of things to say about me in the house while she's over.
What kind of things does she say to you?
She tells me that I'm not cooking well enough for you, or in general. I'll serve her lunch and then she'll tell me that it tastes awful. Then, when I'm trying to do chores around the house, she'll follow me around, but she never ever helps me. She just criticizes how I'm doing them.
Oh, well, is that it? That doesn't sound too bad to me. It sounds to me like she just wants to help you do things around the house even better than you're already doing them. I would just think of this as free training from a real pro at housekeeping.
So you're saying that all of that sounds totally normal to you then?
Yeah, I mean, back when married couples would live with their husband's parents, I feel like it was the job of the mother-in-law to make sure the wife was doing a good job. But now that we're living apart, it makes sense that she would come over more often to see how you're doing. It's not like she's doing any of this to be mean or to bully you, I just think that she wants to teach you a bit about the married life.
I guess that kind of makes sense, but the way she talks to me makes me feel like she doesn't think I know how to take care of the house at all.
You think so? But I think you're doing a great job. I mean, my mom probably has much higher standards for how a house should be run, of course, but there's nothing wrong with learning from someone with more experience, right?
I don't think so either, but having her come over almost every day this week to do that is just really starting to bother me. I mean, I don't have time to sit there and redo the same chore over and over again. I have my own schedule that I want to keep.
A schedule? What are you talking about? You're a housewife whose only job is to keep the house clean. What schedule could you possibly have?
That isn't true at all, Liam. I have a lot of things that I want to get done every single day. Besides, you know that I'm trying to get my craft shop off the ground so that I can make a little money from home. I just feel like I haven't had any time to put into that at all lately.
Sure, you don't have time for that now, but this is all just temporary. I'm sure that my mom will get bored of coming over so often and then you'll have the whole house to yourself again, okay? Besides, that little craft thing is more like a hobby for you now, right? So it's okay to prioritize what your actual job is, don't you think?
When you put it like that, I just wish that she didn't come over so often is the thing.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I think that this is just my mom's way of getting closer to you. I mean, it isn't like she's doing anything that bad when you think about it, right?
It's not so bad in small doses, but when she comes over every day like this, it really starts to grind on my patience.
I know, but you just gotta keep at it. Think of this as a really good way for you to learn about how to be the best that you can be from a real pro. You got this! And if you do it right, then my mom would have less reason to come over and bother you so much.
But that isn't the point! Do you really not care at all that I'm bothered by this, Liam?
Of course I'm concerned that this bothers you, but ever since my dad died, my mom has been really lonely. And she's my mom, so you know that I have to take her side given the circumstances. So maybe just try and be a little kinder to her, okay?
I think that I'm already being really kind, Liam.
I know, but just try and get along with her, okay? I don't want to end up having to choose between you and my mom. I don't think that you'd like it much if I asked you to tell your parents to stop coming around so much, right?
But it's not the same. My parents aren't the ones coming to the house all the time. And you're not the one having to deal with all of this on your own.
Great, well, I'm glad this is what you want to take up my lunch break talking about. I'm gonna go and try to eat with what little appetite I have left after this.
So you're just going to go away and not try and address the problem at all?
Just get over yourself and try to be friendly with my mom, okay? You're her daughter-in-law now, so start acting like it.
Hey, Liam, are you on your way home? I thought you said that you were going to try and get back here a little earlier, remember?
Oh, right, I completely forgot. That's my bad. Some people from work invited me out drinking, and I said yes. so I won't be back for dinner or anything like that.
But I've already made dinner for us both.
Ah, shoot, sorry about that. You can just put my portion in the fridge and I'll bring it for lunch to eat it later or something.
Well, did you at least tell your mom what we talked about last month? I thought that you were going to come home early so that you could tell me how that talk went.
Oh, right, I was gonna talk to my mom about all that stuff tomorrow.
Liam, what's the matter with you? Not only have you not talked to your mom, but you broke your promise about coming home early. I am seriously starting to reach my limit with dealing with your mom. And when you do come home and I do try to talk to you about this, you say that you're tired and go straight to bed.
Right, well, I mean, what do you want me to do? You think that I want to stay up just to hear the same old complaints?
Liam, are you being serious right now? I'm not just complaining, I'm being serious with you. All I'm asking is for you to listen to me and talk to your mom. I'm not trying to start any drama or fights, but this is a serious issue for me. You do know that she's here right now, don't you? And she threw away the dinner that I made and served her. Not only that, but then she went into the bedroom and started going through our drawers. How am I supposed to live like this?
Well, if she threw your food away, it was probably because it wasn't very good, right? And I don't get what's wrong with her going into our room. Maybe she was just trying to tidy it up for us.
Liam, do you think I've ever made anything that tasted so bad that it couldn't be eaten and had to be thrown away?
I don't know, I don't keep track of everything you've ever cooked.
Okay, well, what about this? Your mom took some of my clothes and cut them up because she said that she needed more rags to clean with. She cut up my clothes! That she took out of my drawers!
Okay, so it sounds to me like she just wanted to recycle and didn't want to spend money on new clothes to wipe stuff down with.
But some of these were new clothes!
Well, you know my mom. She's the frugal kind and she doesn't really like spending all that much money on fancy clothes. Maybe she was just trying to tell you that you don't gotta think about all that stuff when you're married, you know? I told you that she's just teaching you on how to be a better wife, right?
Are you kidding me right now? How can you be taking her side in this?
Okay, well, take the skirt you like wearing, right? I don't think that my mom ever wore a skirt like that after she got married. I think that she's just not used to how your life is supposed to change after you get married. But you shouldn't fight this, you should be going with it.
This is just... Liam, I can't believe that you're actually saying this kind of stuff to me. I don't see why I shouldn't be allowed to have nice things just because I'm married now.
Well, my mom has a lot of experience in this, okay? I know you might think she's from a different generation, but if she's made it this far, then something must have worked, right?
I just wish that she would take my needs and my wishes into consideration too.
You're just being selfish. Don't you get that? I mean, is wearing a skirt really that important to you?
This isn't about skirts or clothing or individual things like that. The problem is much bigger than that, and I'm amazed that you can't see what I mean. Do you have any idea just how patient I've been this whole time?
Are you sure you're being patient? Because I think you're pretty fast to complain about anything my mom does to me.
That's because your mom is causing problems and you're not helping me do anything about it. You told me that you want your mom and I to get along, right? Well, that's not just on me. It's on your mom, too.
Oh, you're just blowing this all out of proportion, though. I don't think my mom is really doing anything that bad. She's just always liked things done a particular way for a long time now, and she just wants to teach you how to do it that way, too. I think that you're not being open enough to change, and that maybe you should show a bit more humility.
Did you know that your mom told me that she wished you and I had never gotten married? She said she made a mistake ever letting us think that this would work out.
Oh, she probably only said that because you've been arguing with her so much. Maybe if you just let my mom have her way, she wouldn't have to say things like that.
I really just don't even know what to say to you anymore. We've had the same conversation over and over again.
Well, if you don't think anything has changed, then why don't you try to be the change that you want to see, huh? And stop complaining all the time about my mom, because frankly, I'm getting sick of it.
So you don't care at all that your mom and I have these problems and they're only going to get worse? I thought that I could count on you to take my side in this, Liam.
I don't see why you're so intent on dragging me into this drama that you have with my mom. I don't want to be in the middle of any of this.
Of course not! You'd rather just be out drinking with your friends, right?
Alright, that actually reminds me, I'm gonna be out of town next week for a business trip.
Oh really? Is that so?
Don't you start with me, Ashley. I thought you'd be happy to hear this. I'll be out of the house for a week, so you can take it as a chance to reset. I thought maybe you could go to your parents' house and stay with them for a bit.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I will do that.
Yeah, perfect. Go to your parents, relax, don't worry about anything. And then when you come back, be ready to make friends with my mom. Remember, you are her daughter-in-law whether you like it or not, right?
I guess so, Liam. I guess so. I guess it'll give me a while to think about how to deal with her at the very least.
Yeah, hey, Ashley, did you call me? Sorry, I was on the phone with the client and I couldn't really pick up. Is everything okay? Yeah, I really would have picked up, but it was a really important call. What did you want to talk about?
I have something really important to say and you should have picked up.
Something more important than work? I'd be very surprised at that.
It's about your mom. She's dead.
Wait, what? What do you mean? How can she be dead?
I mean that your mom died. She kicked the bucket. She's floating down the river Styx.
I don't understand. My mom is really dead? Is this some kind of joke? Do you think this is funny? We're gonna have a talk about this when I get back home, okay? You can't just drop this on me. What's going on here?
What's going on is that your mom is really truly dead. I never thought that I'd feel happy at someone's passing, but all I can say is, woohoo!
What's the matter with you? How can you react like this to my mom's passing? Crap, I have another call coming to me right now. I'll do this call and then I'm going straight back home, got it? You better be there.
Nope. I'm still at my parents' and I don't think I'll be going home at all.
You horrible woman! What is the matter with you? You're just sick if this is how you're acting. How can you be laughing and joking at your husband's mom dying? I never want to see you ever again.
Well, when you do get home, be careful. Your mom might still be there. I guess it was some neighbor that found her.
Well, what happened? How did she die?
I have no idea. I just know that she texted me to come back home.
And you just left her there and now she's dead? I'll leave you for this, okay? You killed my mom! Don't bother showing up to the funeral. Ashley, I'm so sorry.
Sorry about what, Liam?
For everything up until now, okay? All of it.
Come on, and spit it out. Tell me just what exactly you're sorry about.
Well, my mom is alive.
Yeah, no duh.
Wait, you mean that this whole time you knew she was alive?
Well, when the neighbor called me about finding your mom, it wasn't a voice that I recognized, and the voice wouldn't tell me what happened. Not to mention that I had just gotten back to my parents' house, so I wasn't about to go back and figure out what seemed like a scam.
But why didn't you tell any of that to me? You know that I had to cancel my business meeting to get back home as fast as I could. I even told my boss that my mom died.
You're saying all this is my fault? Wasn't it your mom's for lying about being dead in the first place?
Well, I guess, but you could have said something.
Shut up, Liam. Don't even try to put this on me. I've signed my half of the divorce papers, so let's just get this over with.
But can't we just wait and talk this out?
What is there to wait for?
Well, I'm in the hospital right now.
Why on earth are you in the hospital right now?
Because my mom dug a hole in front of the house to try and trap you when you came back home. I fell into it and broke my ankle.
Your mom booby-trapped our house. What in the world is her problem? Why would she do something like that?
Please, I'm so sorry about everything. I should have taken your side from the very start.
You're right. You should have. Just how many times did I tell you about this? But you never ever listened to me at all.
I know, I thought that you were being dramatic or something.
Well, this is what you get for not listening to your wife this whole time. I talked to you about this over and over again, and you never once took my side in any of this.
So you won't rethink this at all then? Please, I had no idea that my mom was really this bad. Plus, I need a lot of stuff in the house now that I'm here.
Well, I don't really care because you and I are getting divorced. I'll bring you some stuff once, and then you are going to sign the divorce papers, and you and I are over.
You mean you're still gonna get a divorce while I'm stuck like this?
Do you want your stuff or not, Liam?
Okay, I'll sign the papers. I'll send you a list of things later that I need.
After that, I got a message from Liam about the things from home that he wanted me to bring to him while he was in the hospital. It was a long list. But I made sure to bring the signed divorce papers along, too. He cried in the hospital and begged me not to leave him, but I wasn't having any of it. I told him I had his stuff in my car and that I would only ever go and get it for him if he signed. It wasn't long before the neighbors learned about what happened, not least of all because of the hole in front of our front door. They told my husband that they didn't want such a person coming into their neighborhood anymore. As for Liam, he couldn't believe how he'd been betrayed by his mom and told her that he never wanted to see her again. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Tiffany, are you there? I was just wondering how things have been for you lately. Oh, Mom, what a surprise. I feel like you almost never just reach out like this, but I'm doing okay, thanks for asking. Things are pretty normal, I guess. What do you mean? I check in on you all the time, Tiffany. In fact, you're the one who never sends me any messages. I always have to send them first. Oh yeah? Well, I guess now that you say that, it's true. But anyways, do you know how many years it's been since I've moved from home? Because I think you should know that I'm a responsible adult and I don't need this. Well, if you don't want your mom checking in on you, then you should check in on her. I know that we live far away and I wouldn't ask you to come all the way here to visit, but I still would like to know how you're doing. Ugh, Mom, what am I going to do with you? Oh, come on, Tiffany. If you're such a big girl, you should be able to have a conversation with your mother. But anyways, about the children, Timmy and Leia, are they both doing well? Yeah, Mom, everyone is doing fine and healthy here. There's nothing to worry about. Why even ask something like that? Why? What do you mean, why? Because those two are also part of the family, aren't they? You think I wouldn't ask after my own grandchildren? After all, it's been a whole 6 months since I last saw you all. Has that much time really passed since we were last over there? I guess I must have forgotten. I know that you remember, Tiffany. How could you not remember the last time you were here? I mean, that was around the time when you announced that you were getting divorced. Are you telling me that you really don't remember that at all? I don't know what you want me to say, Mom. I've been really busy ever since the divorce, if you must know. Well, I assumed that you would be, but... Are you okay, Tiffany? Like, really okay? Are you sending the kids to school? No problems picking them up afterwards either? I am telling you that we are all fine and happy and healthy over here, okay? You are just being a worrywart. Everything is fine, okay? So just drop it. Well, I mean, you say all of that, but are you really telling me that you're able to handle working, taking care of the kids, and running the house? After all, I know that the kids are still quite young, and I just hope that you're not doing too much and overstretching yourself. And what if I am? What business is it of yours? Are you trying to tell me that I shouldn't have gotten divorced? I'm not saying that at all, sweetie. I just want to make sure that you're remembering to take care of yourself as well. You really are persistent, do you know that? I really hate that about you, Mom. Do you have any idea how tired I am after a day of work? And then I have to come home and put up with this interrogation from you. I'm sorry if you feel that I'm prying too much. I just wanted to check in on you all. I don't really think there's any need to take that kind of tone with me or use that kind of language. Are you kidding me, Mom? I'm not some little kid, and I only said that you were being persistent. Right, of course. Well, anyways, I just wanted to check in since you're divorced. But I'm glad to hear that everyone is doing so well, including yourself. It's only been 6 months since I was even there, Mom. Of course we're all doing fine. What would change in that short of a time span? Were you actually that worried about us? I mean, I was a bit worried, yes. It's just that it had been so long since I heard from you is all. I was just really missing you all and wanted to make sure that you were all doing well. Well, like I said, I'm not a child anymore. I've had children. I'm divorced. I'm very much an adult, okay? Of course I know that, sweetie, but you're still always going to be my daughter. And I just want you to know that you can always come to me with any problems if you have them. Okay, fine. If you really mean that, then you can increase the amount of money that you send me every month. Tiffany, you know that we've talked about this. I told you that that's the one thing I can't do. So you're just too cheap to want to help out your daughter where it counts? Is that what I'm understanding? I'm not cheap or any of that. It's just, I can't help you financially. But if there's anything that I can do that doesn't involve money, I'm more than happy to help. So please, don't ever hesitate to come and ask me for help, all right? Yeah, totally. I'll be sure to ask you if there's ever anything that you can do for me. Anyways, I have to get up for work early tomorrow. You have a good night. Hey there, Tiffany. I just wanted to let you know that I sent this month's money to you. Would you mind checking to see if it made it? Oh, thank you so much, Mom. This money is really going to help. I appreciate it. Yes, of course. It really is my pleasure. Although I must say, you only ever seem to be this happy talking to me when it's about money. Otherwise, it's difficult enough to even get a response from you when I send anything. Oh, come on, Mom. Do we really have to start this? You know, if you keep complaining like this, you're only going to get more wrinkles. Aren't you so sweet for being so concerned about your mother like that? But I'm not messaging you to talk about that. What do you mean? Is there something else that you wanted to talk to me about besides the money that you send me every month? Of course there's other things to talk about, Tiffany. Honestly, is this any way to talk to your mother? Okay, I'm sorry. What is it? What do you want to talk to me about? Well, I heard that you deleted your ex-husband George's number from Timmy's phone. Oh, you want to talk to me about that? Yeah, I guess I did that. I probably did it right after the divorce was finalized, but what do you want to know about that? Well, I actually reached out to Timmy to ask if he knew how to contact his dad since I didn't have his number. But then he told me that you erased his number from his phone. Why would you go and do something like that? What do you mean, Mom? Why wouldn't I go and do something like that? I don't understand what you mean by that, Tiffany. Well, the thing is that the two of us are now divorced. And I have custody of the kids, so why would I let my kids keep his contact information? It's not that I don't understand where it is that you're coming from, but at the end of the day, George is still the father of your children. Don't you think maybe you should have let your kids keep his numbers in their phones? No way! That would be taking things way too far if you ask me. I mean, what if he started talking to them in secret? Well, I don't think it would have to be a secret, but it only makes sense for a child to be talking with both parents. Is this really all you wanted to talk to me about? Because if so, then I would really appreciate if you could leave my family business for me to decide. I mean, are you telling me that hearing about what I did actually made you so upset that you had to talk to me like this about it? I mean, I wouldn't say that it made me upset or anything like that, but I just think that your children have a right to know their father, and if one of them says that they want to talk to him, then he should be able to. Oh, just give me a break already, Mom. I know that you think that would work, but it just wouldn't. You know, this is why I really can't stand you sometimes. But let's get something clear. I hate George, and that's why I don't let him contact me or my kids anymore, okay? Tiffany, you're not telling your kids all kinds of negative things about their father, are you? And so what if I am? Are you going to tell me how that's wrong of me to do as well? I mean, yes, kind of. He is the father of your kids, so if not for your own sake, then at least for the kids' sakes, just let their father be. You really think that I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to taking care of my own kids, Mom? I'm just saying that maybe you don't need to be insulting or bad-mouthing George when you're around the kids. Why try and spoil the image they have of their father? You two are already divorced, so I really don't see why it should be a goal of yours to try and turn your children against him. I really don't see what the problem with that is at all. That makes total sense to me, honestly. Tiffany, don't you think that this is a problem that should stay between you and George and not have to involve your kids? In fact, as far as I can remember, George has always tried his best to be a really good father for the children. So why not let them just develop their own relationship with him? What are you trying to get at here, huh, Mom? I mean, what do you think that you're going to accomplish talking to me like this? All I'm asking you to do is not to insult the father of your children to their faces when he really hasn't done anything. I mean, he pays for child support and everything, right? And he's making sure to see the kids once a month as well. I think that says a lot about him. So why try and tear him down for the kids? Look, all I'm saying is that I don't want George talking to the kids when I don't know about it, okay? I'm just saying that I really don't think one parent should be trying to set their children against the other. It's just not right. I'm not saying that I don't understand your feelings towards George, but I just think that you should consider more of the effect this might have on your children growing up. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Yeah, I understand just fine. Thank you very much. I really don't think that you understand at all, if that's all you have to say on the matter. I'm telling you that I really don't think it's good for the children. Maybe if this really upsets you this much, you could just try talking to Timmy about what's going on a little more. What do you mean? Why in the world should I have to talk to him about what's going on? Well, I mean, you can probably imagine that the kids are missing their father and aren't sure about what's going to happen in the future. But I think if you sit him down and talk to him in a mature way, that you two might be able to come to more of an understanding. Oh yeah? Well, I wish I had the time to do something like that, but thank you so much for telling me this about Timmy. Anyways, I'm getting back to work now. We'll talk later.
Hey, Grandma, are you there? Are you awake right now?
Oh my, if it isn't Timmy! What in the world are you doing up this early in the morning? I mean, do you have any idea what time it is right now?
I know, but it's just, I accidentally burned myself and it really, really hurts, Grandma. I tried putting some cream on it, but it still really hurts. I don't know what I should do to make it stop.
You burnt yourself? What do you mean? Where are you right now? Were you touching something hot?
Well, I woke up early because I had to make some lunch for my little sister since she's going on a field trip today. But then I was boiling water and accidentally touched the hot pot.
Oh no! I'm so sorry that happened to you, Timmy, but why are you telling this to me? You should go and tell your mom about this.
I can't. I have to do this all by myself since my mom isn't at home. She hasn't been for a while.
Wait, what? What do you mean your mom hasn't been home in a while? Where has she been?
I can't tell you, Grandma. I'm sorry, but I just can't.
What do you mean? What can't you tell me? You can't tell me where it is that your mom's been going this whole time? What is going on over there?
It's just that my mom told me that I wasn't allowed to talk to you about this. She said that I wasn't allowed to tell you no matter what. I'm really, really sorry, Grandma.
Timmy, I want you to tell me what's happening. I know that your mom told you not to, but if she gets mad, then I will tell her that I made you do it. Nothing is going to happen to you if you tell me about what is going on.
Are you sure about this? You really think I won't get into trouble with my mom?
Trust me, I will tell your mom that it was all my fault. So please, just tell me what's happening. How long ago did your mom leave the house?
Well, I think she left the house around the same time that Daddy left the house. At first, she would only come back to do things for my sister.
You mean she would only come back home to take Leia to and from her preschool?
Yeah, stuff like that mostly. But then, after they got back home, Mom would go and I would be in charge of all the cooking and stuff like that.
I had no idea about any of this. So you've been taking care of yourself and your little sister all by yourself this whole time?
That's right. It's been really tough, but okay up until now. After all, I have to be a good older brother.
Oh, Timmy, you really are such a sweet little boy. Hold on just a second. I'm getting some messages and I'll get right back to you.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Is someone calling you right now?
Yes, actually, it's your dad. He's trying to reach me right now. I'm so sorry to ask this suddenly, but who do you prefer, your mom or your dad?
You want to know which parent I like best? Why would you want to know something like that?
Well, I was just thinking about our conversation about how your mom erased his number from your phone. But ever since then, it sounds like your mom hasn't even been home.
Yeah, that is true.
So tell me, Timmy, why didn't you try to get in contact with your dad so that you could ask him for help?
Well, I thought that he might want to come and help us. Even Leah has been saying she wants to be with Dad.
I see. So then it sounds like you might want to be with your dad a little more than your mom, is that right?
I guess so. I don't think I'm supposed to be saying this, but it's really true.
I see. Well, okay. I think I know what I need to do.
What do you mean, Grandma? What are you gonna do?
Don't worry, you and your sister are going to be just fine. Just wait a little longer and I'll come get you both soon. And when I get there, I'll take a look at those burns and make you both some lunch.
Okay, Grandma. I'll just wait here for you then. Thank you for coming to help us.
Tiffany, where are you right now? Mom, do you have any idea at all what time it is right now? Why have you been pestering me so much lately? That's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I asked you where you are right now. What is your deal? I'm at home like I always am at this time of night. Did you really even need to ask me? Don't you lie to me. I know that that isn't true, Tiffany. What are you talking about? You really think that I'm lying to you about being home at 10 at night? Of course I do. After all, you're still not back home yet. I'm sorry, Mom, but I really have no idea what any of this is about at all. Just what makes you say that when you're not even with me to know that? Well, it's just I would think that if you were really at home, then you wouldn't be acting as calmly as you are right now. After all, haven't you noticed that neither of your children are at home? I just thought you'd be a bit more worried about that. I don't know, I would think that a good mother would be frantically searching for her children. What are you talking about? My children aren't at home? What makes you say something like that? I guess you really don't have any idea what I'm talking about at all, do you? I don't know what's going on here, but I want to know what you mean when you say that my children aren't at home right now. Oh, don't you worry. The children are safe and sound with me. We're all at George's house right now. But, what is happening? Why are you all with George right now? This doesn't make any sense. Well, we're all here because he's going to look after the kids, especially since you weren't doing any of that. I'm just here to drop them off and make sure that everyone is feeling okay. Hold on a second. Did you talk to Timmy? What did he tell you? Why do you ask that? Was there something that he wasn't supposed to tell me? Honestly, what kind of mother just leaves her children all alone like you did? What's the matter with you? I knew it. I knew that little brat wouldn't be able to keep his trap shut. Even after I told him that he better not say a word of this to you. I would be less concerned with what your son told me and more concerned about what's going to happen to you. I mean, did you really leave your children all alone just so that you could go and see some new man? You really ought to be ashamed of yourself. What are you even talking about? How dare you say that about me when you don't have any proof of what you're talking about at all? Oh, you want proof? That's the one thing I have plenty of. In fact, don't you think it's strange that I'm with George when I don't have his number either? Yeah, actually, what is up with that? I didn't even give him our new address when we moved. Well, the thing is that George caught on to how you were isolating him from his kids quite quickly. And when you wouldn't respond to any of his messages, he started to get worried and did some investigating. Wait, what? Are you telling me that my ex-husband has been stalking me since we got divorced? I wouldn't call it stalking, but yes, for the past 6 months he's been keeping an eye on you and the children. Why? Is he going to try and take custody of the children from me? Is that what all of this is about? I haven't done anything wrong at all. You really have some nerve saying that when you've been caught red-handed like this. I'm just sick of dealing with you, Tiffany. But thankfully, I won't have to anymore. George says that he is going to do what it takes to protect the children. So I suppose you'll be hearing from his lawyers soon. But after all this, I never want anything to do with you ever again. Wait, Mom, I still don't understand what's happening. Am I going to lose the kids? Please, I didn't mean for things to happen like this. Hello? Mom, are you still there? After that, George hired a lawyer and had them start to relitigate the custody of their children. George handed over all the evidence that he had gathered of Tiffany's parental neglect. Although the court raised its eyebrow at George's dubious information gathering, the evidence made it clear that Tiffany was not suited to raise her children and custody was given to George. Now, Tiffany is the one having to pay George child support while he takes care of the children. I go over to visit them often, and they seem much happier with their father. As for Tiffany, I kept my word and haven't spoken to her since that day. I hope one day that there's no more need to avoid her, but for now I'm concentrated on making sure my grandchildren grow up safe and happy. Of course, I didn't want things to end this way between my daughter and I, but Tiffany refused to even think that she could be in the wrong, and until that changes, I'm afraid that her situation never will. All I can do is hope. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.